Right.
All right, Shalom Akim. We would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai by Shor Kakadash, never understood our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessed to the house of David the elect. All right, I was a hobbit to my left. Hey, today we're going to go into a live stream entitled America's About to Reap What Is Sown. But more specifically, I saw this movie, The Old Candyman.
Yeah.
And in the old Candyman, not the one that recently came out, Candyman was like a relic of slavery. Like he came back from how he was done in slavery, and basically in so many words, he said, America basically consumed slavery, but now it has to defecate what it consumed. And what I've noticed that there's different enchantments, all right, in Babylon that seems very alluring. It seems very promising. All right, but those lifestyles, those fruit that you've consumed, are the fruit of lifestyle philosophies. You have to defecate it, and the feces has a foul odor. I'm just going to get into it.
This is the book of Job, chapter 4. All right, verse 8. It says, "Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same."
See, what you don't understand, what you fail to understand, is that every cause has an effect, and ultimately there's the judge. All right, that's all about balance. So whatever you put out in the universe, whatever you put out into existence, Yahweh Shema Shah is going to bring that shit right back to you, man. Whether it's as an individual or a nation of people, the Most High judges individuals. All right, and then the Most High judges a nation of people. All right, there's something called karma. But if you look at the word karma in the etymology, it goes back to he makes. The brother Nakim Priest of Bayer brought that out. He makes. Whatever you put out in the universe, whatever you put out in existence, you're going to get judged for that, man. All right? Did you have something else, bro?
Yes, Job 14:4. It says, "Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one."
Yeah.
And Esau, Edom, there's no way this man can produce, a righteous, kingdom, because he's not righteous.
Yeah.
All right. The only thing that you're going to see produced by this man is what? Death and confusion.
You know what? You know what's heavy? Esau and Jacob has two things. We know how to generate something. Jacob knows, because Jacob has the highest stats for patents and inventions. So the 12 tribes know how to generate. But the Esau Edom knows how to generate. But we know how to generate life, and he knows how to generate death. You see?
John 10:10. It said, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundant."
The thief coming out but to steal. And that was a beautiful contrast. All right, Esau was the thief. He came but to steal, kill, and destroy. Yahweh Shai, which is the captain of Israel, all right, he came to produce life. So the laws, statutes, and commandments are systems that produce life. All right, and you made a point before the lesson. You was like, the Most High created order for efficiency. All right, the male role and the female role. All right, but Baka Shop, unless you have something else, can you get Genesis, the 3rd chapter, where the serpent enticed Eve to partake in that fruit? Because that fruit was a lifestyle, it's a philosophy. It was a philosophy that produced another lifestyle contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right?
This is Genesis 3:1. It said, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field."
Meaning he was clever. And that's the nature of Esau Edom, man. He has something called jargon. So when he tells you when he has a certain speech, he has certain speech patterns that throw off the average person. Only the insiders know what he means. He also has something called news speak, double speak. He'll create 14 different meanings for one word. All right? He's subtle. Okay?
And it says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, As the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the tree, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High have said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, that your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Now there's a word called allegory. All right, this is something that the elder Apostle Gabar brought out. All right, something called allegory. All right, the word allegory means like hidden word. So when they talk about the serpent, all right, and the woman and the tree, those are hidden words, which are codes for other words. All right, it's basically a code, all right, as to what really went on. And really, it was a man. The serpent was a description of a man that was very subtle, man. That was very clever. Like even today, they'll call somebody a snake. All right, and he enticed Eve with a philosophy. All right, in that was called a fruit. All right, in a garden. All right, which the garden represent paradise because the way that they were living in the time of Adam was like into paradise. All right, the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, because Adam didn't have to, you know, he didn't have to work for food.
He didn't have to till the land.
He had to till the land. Everything just came to him.
That's paradise.
Yep.
You know,
everything just came to him, man.
See the time between the time of Adam to the flood, that was perfection, man. You see. Abundance, man. Everything you didn't have to till, like I said, till the land. All right, the fruit was available. All right, because it tells you in the second Ezra that the flowers had odors.
Yep.
All right, this pleasant odors. All right, the fruit just were delightful. That was paradise, man.
Wasn't no murderers.
Nope. Come on.
First one who came.
Yep.
You know.
First body count, man.
You see?
But see, Esau, he had philosophies that generated other outcomes. See, that's what we're about to get into. You got it, brother.
Yep. Keep going to Genesis.
Okay, because look, and going back now, fast forward to now, Esau had what? The feminist movement. That was another fruit, which was a philosophy that produced another lifestyle. And it was enticing, all right, into the mind of Eve, to her taste bud, it was enticing. All right. But just like we said in the topic, whatever you consume, you got to defecate it. So Eve consumed feminism, but now she has to reap loneliness.
Now you have the bitter modern woman.
The bitter modern woman, man.
Single mother.
Because see, when you become of age, you reach your flower and you get a man and you don't build with him. That's your husband. Y'all plant seed, all right, in y'all youth. Now when you 40, well, your seed is like 20, 22, all right. So now you've already built that. Now y'all been saving money together as a couple. Now y'all, like I said, about 40, y'all got money saved up. All right, but Esau, he creates systems of instant gratification. It starts off pleasant, but then you end up with zero. You see? Because he's in the spirit of a child, man. You got it, bro.
It says, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
Yep.
So that she seen it was good.
Yep.
All right, for the eyes, and the scripture talk about what the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. You know,
because the American dream.
Yep.
That's that you can see somebody's eyes getting big off the American dream. Were not the other nations' eyes big off the American dream? I was just watching the movie Concussion, and the guy that Will Smith was portraying, Dr. Benet Omalu, he was talking to his wife. He was like, when I was in Nigeria, I thought heaven was right here and America was right here. You see? Because that American dream, it was like fruit that seemed tasteful to the palate, man. Well, he got there, of course, he saw that it was overrated, man. See, all the philosophies that's produced in the West, it starts off enticing, but you have to reap the outcome.
Yeah.
And it's a shitty outcome. All right, another example, I'm gonna let you get the scripture too. Fast food, we were talking about that earlier, right? When McDonald's first came, my grandma told me the line was like a mile long, man. Out there in the Delta back in the 70s, man. The line was like a mile freaking long, man. All right. When fast food came, everybody was like just happy. But 50 years later, 60, 70 years later, now America has to reap what is sown.
Obesity.
You have to reap obesity. You're dying from food.
Heart
problems, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. You consume instant gratification. You consume fast food, but now you have to reap death. That's how you know it's Esau Edom. And we went into feminism. You've consumed hot girl summer.
Yep.
You've consumed having different male friends. You've consumed ghosting niggas, flaking niggas, Miss Independent. All right. But now you have to reap, or you're gonna defecate. All right, loneliness, bitterness. All right, no help, no stability. You know, the women with a little money, they're like 40 years old trying to freeze their eggs. But I went into it. It was like those eggs have to be fertile to really receive the sperm. You can't just freeze eggs and it's successful like that. It's even by the time a woman's like 21, half of those eggs not even active. You know what I mean? So imagine you 40 years old making an effort to freeze your damn eggs, man. So you can be a hot girl summer all your damn life, man. All right.
This is on Jeremiah 51:7. It said Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
What do you mean a golden cup? I talked to a foreigner that's from a different country and I asked them their perception about Babylon, and they said Babylon. They call it how to say Babylon. It said America did a really good job at promoting itself. America did a really good job at promoting itself. You ever talk to somebody on the internet, a potential partner, then you see them in person, like, whoa, wait a minute, what the hell? Like, this the person that you look back at your phone?
Yep.
That's America. America did a really good job. That's why everybody came over here. All right, as it says in Jeremiah, also the city with the mingled people had to become mingled because they were sold out their golden cup promotion.
And people thought that America had golden streets.
Yep, they did. They thought streets were paved with gold.
They thought the streets were paved with gold, man.
Oh.
And like you said, finish it out. It said Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken up for wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Did you want to get into that?
Yes. Yeah, because like you said, it's like even when you have a night out, you know, when the music is going and you're drinking, all right, you're having a great time. All right. You know, the women into you or whatever. You know, you having one of them nights, you constantly just throwing shots back. You know, you getting attention, you clean. All right. But there's a night after. It's the morning after.
The morning after, yep.
You see, where your head's spinning,
yep.
You throwing up.
Yep.
All right. You didn't do nothing. You didn't get to do nothing you planned on doing
your
the next
mission.
day. Yep. And that's how it is, you know, with the earth dealing with the influence of America, man. All right. Yeah, all these different, and it's on every level, man. You know, all these nations accepted the dollar, but now they in debt.
And brother said America, the ultimate catfish.
The ultimate catfish, man. Switching bait.
Yep. That bait and switch.
Bait and switch, yeah.
Lure you in and switch up on you, man.
Yep.
You see?
You got I say the American dollar.
Yep.
It was good.
Yep.
All right. Nations was able to, you know, to have buying power, but then what happened? Now they in debt.
Yep.
You see, democracy was good, but now what? The nations are in uproar. You see, feminism, like I say, women's lib, it was good, but now what do you have? Single mothers.
Because they had to defecate what they ate.
Yep.
You see?
Like
No, you got it, brother.
I'm saying when you see, it's like the modern woman, that's the result of feminism. When you see niggas, degenerate niggas, that's the result, all right, of street culture. And
street culture, I remember at 14, 15, watching a Jeezy video.
Yep.
Listen to Jeezy, especially if you grew up in them inner cities. All right, you listen to T.I. and Hot Boy. It sound good in the beginning.
Yep.
But now you 30 with no skill.
The ripple effect.
You got 2, 3 baby mamas. You got that ripple effect, that cause and effect. Now you dodge in different states. You moving to state to dodge child support, man. Because you was that nigga when you was 21. You was an extension of a rap video at 21. But now you have to defecate that shitty lifestyle that you consume, man.
Because that's so you have these men that chase those different lifestyles portrayed to them on TV, but they never learn actual skill and trade, all right, to maneuver in the reality that they stay in.
And that's why the scripture says the wages of sin is death, right? That's how you know that there's a contrast between good and evil, Jacob and Esau, Yahweh and Satan.
Yeah.
All right, because Satan offers you instant gratification with a horrible outcome. Yahweh he demands delayed gratification with the everlasting outcome. You see? See, the laws require discipline, but that discipline, it delays your gratification, but you have a legacy behind you, man. You see?
This is 2 Corinthians 4 and started 18. It says, while we look not, well, I started 17. It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Yeah, eternal, which is the key word, eternal weight of glory is us having everlasting dominion in the kingdom, man. You see?
It said, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen.
You gotta be a visionary. It takes a visionary to not be subject to the things around you, but to operate off the vision that's in your head. All right?
For the things which are seen are temporal.
Yep.
But the things which are not seen are eternal.
Are eternal, man. So we're making moves. The elect are doing something that's very legendary.
Mm-hmm.
We've modified our whole life based on something that hasn't even happened yet, man. Hey, that's the just living by his faith, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But like I said, going back to this live stream, man. All right, you're gonna have to defecate anything you sow. You're gonna have to reap it, man. You know. The reality with the fine print of Babylon is that you're gonna get old, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fine print. You know, you got Jakes that they survive the streets, but now they 60 years old with nothing but stories. You know, Eve, all right, she raised her kids without a father, all right, but guess what? She ain't got nothing for the kids to give them.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and that's just the little things I can think of right now at the spur of the moment, man. You see, Yahweh Shai, he's grooming us on how to rule, man. He's telling us what the Most High did. He's showing us the purpose of these laws, man. It's preservation.
You know, like I said earlier, order, breeds efficiency.
Yep.
And so you have examples of that, man. Look at, all right, Serena Williams and Venus.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What you're seeing, you're not seeing just two talented, young Israelite women. What you're seeing is a product of order, a 2-parent household with discipline. Because they didn't just play tennis like he was on them on school. They had to speak another language. You see, that bread, what you see, like that's what we talk about, the bad, that you defecate. You can also defecate good.
It could generate.
If
I just add, her father, you saw the movie, right?
Yeah.
So her father had a blueprint on how he wanted their life to play out before they were born. So they were manufactured.
Yep.
What you see, like the brothers get into, that's a product. It's a product of a proper upbringing.
Yep.
You see, that's why like Jake's from Nigeria, they Israelites too.
Yep.
Even that Dr. Benet Omalu from Concussion.
Yep.
You saw all those accolades he had in the beginning of the movie in court. He was like, yeah, I also got my degree in this. Oh yeah, and I got my degree in that. That was Judah. I think he was Judah. They say for the Igbo tribe. All right, Igbo go back to Hebrew. All right, but what's the difference between him and a nigga out on the west side? The way they were cultivated, man. You see, like you said, you could generate death, all right, or you could generate life, man. All right. See, Yahweh Shai, he put these laws in place because that's gonna generate a superior nation, man. All right.
This is Sirach 18 and 30. It says, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. And this is the point. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, which Eve did in the garden, in which they created a culture where our people, men and women, do this today. All right. And it says, if thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies that malign thee.
Yeah, Google the so-called Black Women's Network on Google. I mean, you don't have to do it, but I'm just saying it's $5. Google single black women, angry black women. That's on Wikipedia. But like you said, the man ain't no woman. Google how many niggas are in jail right now, living off of a dream they watched growing up, man. All right, just Google that shit, man. Google. You could Google our failure. You could Google our failure, man, based on consuming the wrong fucking fruit, man.
How many rappers died,
in 2021?
Yeah.
It's almost a pattern now. Okay, which rapper died this month? All right, but they all consume a philosophy that generates death. You see? Because your culture is like a machine that manufactures a mindset, man. You see? You got something, bro.
Verse 32, it says, take not pleasure in much good cheer, neither be tied to the expense thereof. Be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing, when thou hast nothing in thy purse, for thou shalt lie in wait for thy own life and be talked on. You know? So at the end of the day, the scriptures give us a mindset, all right, to have, all right, a wisdom to use in the earth that produces a particular outcome. All right, Yahweh Shai, he was always on the disciples to what? Produce a particular outcome, you know? So, like you said, we can be given over to the wisdom of the scriptures and it produce a particular outcome of life. Because you got to understand, like, the wisdom that we're being endowed with, this is going to run existence forever.
Yep.
You know, this is eternal wisdom, you know, that we've been put on, man. All right, that's going to breathe life, man. Everything we do is going to breathe life, man.
Because that's the king's mindset. He makes these moves to engender something.
Yep.
What is this going to engender for my people? What is this going to produce for my people? You know, like I think about Muammar Gaddafi. He gave incentives for men and women to get married, and they get like $50,000 for school stuff, and you get houses basically given to you.
Yep.
But what does that engender when you have a man and a woman together, man? A whole nation full of nuclear families, man.
Yep.
And everybody has free so-called education. What does that produce for the next generation, man? Yep. A damn head start.
Yep.
You see?
And a head start, you know, because when you create these environments where these children have stable conditions for upbringings, because you never know what child is going to be that one that's going to create this and invent that, you know, come up with this. But if a child has that environment, all right, that stable upbringing, a child, all right, mind should be developing in a certain way, but it all starts with order. Order produces efficiency, man.
But Esau, the serpent, he deceived Eve into thinking order was a form of oppression.
Yep. And now what did it produce? Chaos.
Chaos, man. Disorder.
Yeah.
And now the women, the young women have become promiscuous, and the young men have become wild.
Yeah.
So now they falling into Esau's snares.
Yeah. Where is Bibi? What they
yeah. So the rapper.
Yeah. Who is? What? Have you seen Bibi? You know, the one that got kidnapped. But this little TikTok they saying like, you know, where is Bibi? Well, that just shows you the outcome.
Yeah, man.
All right. Of what Esau, you know, implemented. You know, with these different philosophies that he pretty much shoved down the throats of our people. Now, when you go into wisdom, just to show how wisdom pretty much produces what rulership, royalty, the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. It says, this is Sirach 6:23. It says, give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy foot in her fetters, and in her is wisdom. All right. And thy neck into her chain, which is what? Making ourselves a prisoner to this wisdom, man. And it says, bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. For at the last thou shalt find her rest.
Woo.
And that her chains, all right, and it says, and that shall be turned to thy joy. It says, then shall her feathers be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. You see? So this wisdom is producing something.
Yeah.
All right. Most High is chiseling out, all right, an empire, man. Amongst our people, man.
And that's something, because you know America is an instant gratification country, and it makes you impulsive.
Yep.
You know, you spend today, be broke tomorrow.
Yep.
But wisdom forces you to have a conservative nature, because wisdom is all about the outcome. What does that produce? What does that engender? You see, and that's a king's mindset. If I incorporate this into my kingdom, what would this produce for my people, man?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is the king, the Yahweh Shai, he's all about foresight, man. You see?
Yeah, joy set before him.
Yeah. Yep.
Like even like that's why even what Yahweh Shai did, on the cross, man, he was thinking long term.
Yeah, you went into that with Friday, you know?
He was thinking long term, man. This is Baruch 3:9. This last one I got.
Okay.
It said, hear Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth Israel that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. All right, and then speaking what the condition of our people. So the scriptures like how are thou defiled with the dead, because these heathens are likened unto the dead. They likened unto beasts,
and we've adopted their ways.
Yep. And it says, thou art counted with them that go down to the grave. Because our people have made death a culture now. Niggas are glorified by how much they can destroy their own nation. What other culture has, that is sinners? Or for a woman is to be glorified by how many men she finessed.
Yep. Like that one chick on I don't know, it was TikTok. She was like, y'all women, y'all cheating yourselves by having all y'all kids by one father.
Yeah.
So you can get a lot more by having each kid by different each father, man.
Yeah.
You're the opposite of a legacy builder. See?
It says, thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom, for if thou hadst walked in the ways of the Most High, thou shouldest have dwelled in peace forever.
Because walking in the ways of the Most High was going to produce peace. The discipline, the laws, statutes, and commandments that manufactures peace. It engenders peace. That's what you're going to sow. You're going to reap discipline, and you're going to sow peace.
You got to think about it. If you have all your women, all right, no man is bothering them. I got my women, no man's bothering them. All right, that creates what, man? Order. Now each man, all right, doesn't have that stress on him about what she's doing. That creates peace. The woman ain't got to worry about who her baby father is. She's only been one man her whole life. Ain't nothing to think about. And then with that, my daughters don't have to go on dates. This brother is producing a great stock of men over there. All right. So they don't have to go on dates. They just have to wait till that flower pass, and when I think it's time for them to be married off, I can marry them off, and that creates peace.
I didn't talk to them everything I know about running the domain.
Yep.
So they don't have to worry about let me get a job. Yep. Let me have to work.
Yeah, and then if you got 2, 3 wives, imagine how much they can pour into those daughters.
Yeah.
And
then for the time those daughters, I'm sorry, brother. For the time the daughters get off the breast, to the time it's time for them to find a man. So you got what, 16 years, so many years of one woman teaching you herbs, sewing, baking, the other wife teaching you like how to order your house, how to do everything orderly. And you had these 3 teachers for years. You see? But Eve's so fucking self-absorbed, she would not allow it to happen, man.
No.
That's why most of you not gonna make it, because you're not long-term oriented and you're not nation oriented. Yahweh Shai nation oriented. That's why he cut his ego off from the day one. Like, this ain't about me. He came on the ass, man. But that's a beautiful point you made, man. You got one man with 3 women. That's not for his ego or even to satisfy his libido. All right, that produces something. That produces high-level men, high-quality offspring, man. That's a high-value man and a high-value daughter. All right.
And then they say it leads to peace.
Yeah.
You see, this wisdom is going to establish peace back to the earth, man. In the midst of this chaos, man. All right, but America will reap what it sows. That's why America pushed war throughout the earth. America finna get, all right, the worst slaughter in a war ever, man, because of all the wickedness it's produced. The women, the energy that these women putting off, this independent shit. Well, you're gonna reap All right, being alone in the time of chaos, man. All right, niggas done pushed all this tough guy energy. Well, when the troops hit, you can be tough as you want.
What Jay-Z say? We'll see how far you are. We'll see how smart you are when the K9s come.
Yeah.
We'll see how hard you are when the K9s come.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga.
So everybody finna reap, man. And
Yep.
we just pray that we reap in mercy, as the scripture say, man.
Yep.
You know? Yeah.
Hey, but with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai by Shem, Hakudash, Never utters to our elder apostle and elder bishops, great millstone, rule well. A peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, come out, Shalom. Shalom. Oh. Shalom. Shalom.